Hey, how are you? Hi, I wanted to come on here and invite you to my newest group on Facebook for the Joyful Community for Women Over 50. Um, Several years ago, several years, let's see, the pandemic and then the end of 2020, I decided that um, I would create a group for women over 50 and we would do a lot of things, just have fun doing life. I started a group for the area that I live in, and now it's 920 or so members. And I thought, if I could do that online, actually not online, it was in our local area where I live. So if I could do that there, on another platform, I could easily do that here online with women all over the country. So I'm inviting you to come in and be a part of that. Um, it is in Facebook. The group, again, it's called the Joy. Well, it's not it's Joyful Community for Women Over 50 with Justine Clark. That's me. Um, so I want to go back a little bit and talk about, joyful. I've always had that word surrounded by me in several different parts of my life, and I just wanted to include that. So, the dictionary tells us that the word joy, it's a very happy feeling. It emits pleasure, great pleasure, or delight, like a new baby. Something that causes this feeling would be a joyful feeling, showing or causing joy, being happy, glad, all of that. So I want to put that out there. And, women, as we get older, we've raised families, we've, had a career, many of us, some of us not, and that's fine too. But there comes a point where you start to think about the rest of your life. And, I'm over 50, but I didn't start thinking about that at that age. The big 50, you have the birthday and it goes, but I was still working at the time and I just didn't really have time to think about it. You're just going through the motions, doing what you need to do. But I want to tell you a little bit about me. I am married. I've been married to the same man. Oh my gosh, since I was 18. So lots of years ago with him. I think we were together maybe 7 years before we actually married, but I was 18 and I knew it all, and and so it goes. But still with him, and we have two beautiful daughters, two beautiful granddaughters. And I retired from a 30-year career with the government about, let's see, 2019. So what would that be? 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and 3 years ago. Sorry, had to count that up. Um, but once I retired, I was doing a side gig for about 20 of those 30 years. And I just thought, well, I'll just do the side gig full time. And so it will be, and I'll, do what I really want to do. And there it goes. Well, that didn't really happen that way. I still am doing the side gig, but just as a side gig. It's not at the forefront of my thought now. My thoughts are really evolving around women and creating relationships, friendships with other women my age that don't have an outlet. Or, it's hard to make friends if you don't work and, you don't go to church, or I guess you can go to the grocery store. But, if you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to be able to gain friends. And I thought this would be a way to do that online, and also maybe some in-person opportunities. If you're in the area or I'm in your area, or however that would happen, I would love to meet you. And but again, we can do all this online. So I plan on doing a lot of live through Zoom, and streaming that into the group, and bringing on women that are over 50 just to talk. Nothing. My idea is not to bring on people that are selling things all the time, and that kind of thing. It's just a way for women to meet each other. Um, again, the whole idea is to be joyful, and what's going on in their lives, what's going on in my life. I'd like to share that with a lot of people. I'm so interested in so many things that I just can't. I watch videos, and I'm in several groups on Facebook and other. Nextdoor is another app that I frequently visit. Of course, I have my side gig, my husband, my granddaughters. I have a lot going on, but there's a lot of things that I'm interested in that they aren't. For instance, going to the quilt store, or going to the thrift store, or going maybe to an art exhibit, something like that. I've developed this group of ladies in the area that I live in, and we do those things. And it's lots and lots of fun. It makes me happy, joyful, and I want to share that with you all. Again, so many things I'm interested in that I would like to know what you're interested in, and what motivates you to get up and do what you do every day. Um, Again, I'm not here to really, get people on here, and I would love to interview some people and just ask about their life, just see what they're doing. And I watched a documentary. Gosh, this has been several years ago. It was about a woman raising. I think she had a couple of kids, but she was a farmer's wife, and all that goes into that. She would send her kids to school and put them on the bus, and then she'd go in and start her chores, and all the oh my gosh, all the stuff that she had to do. It was amazing. I loved watching that, and just thinking about that. When I was growing up, I lived in the city. I didn't live on a farm, but we would always go to my grandmother's, and that was on a farm. And she raised, oh my gosh, 13 children. She had 13 children. And, back in those days, I'm sure that was not something you, um, that was unusual. Everybody had 10, 12 children, but nowadays you don't see that too much. But anyway, I was always, as a kid, you just go, and with your parents we go to family reunions and that type of thing, and not really understand the magnitude of what she had, and what that was all about. And now that I'm older and realize, some of that, she actually had a little diner inside her house on the backside. Again, she lived on a farm, in an old farmhouse on the backside, and the railroad. Um, they had a bunch of chicken. All I can remember is a chicken plucking place that I don't even know what company it was. If I went back there, I'm not even sure it's still there nowadays. But we would hear the chickens, and of course, they were plucking them and killing them to um, sell, I'm sure. But I mean, it was a huge operation. It wasn't just some little farmer down the road. But anyway, my grandmother had this diner, and she would cook for people that got off the train, that I guess they worked at that place, and they would come over and eat. And she even rented out rooms. That was something. um, I can remember as a child, just um, my parents, I don't know why, but they left us with her for a couple of days. I think they had to maybe go to a funeral or something. But me and my two sisters, and I remember upstairs in the bedrooms, being in one of the bedrooms, and at night, of course, we didn't know that she rented to people. So here comes this person walking up the steps to go to their room. And oh my gosh, we were so afraid. And I still remember that. I was probably, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe 4. I don't know, but I still remember that. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But I have lots of stories. I have lots of interest. I'm interested in quilting, crocheting, knitting, all of the um, fiber type arts. I'm interested in reading. I never ever was a book reader, but I'm wanting to be, so I'm forcing myself. I actually have started a book club with my local women's over 50 group, so that'll be exciting. We're actually reading, and I did not bring that up here, darn, um, a book about Harry Truman and his wife and a or a great adventure. I think it's called The Greatest Adventure, something like that. We're reading that for the month of June, and let's see what else. I mean, I love outdoors. I'm health conscious even more now than I ever was. I have type 2 diabetes. I have to watch, the carbs. So I want the group to be about that also. Just, living life. I love makeup. I love hair, as you can see. Um, I pretty much keep the purple in there. Um, Makeup. I adore that, and we'll have stuff in there about that. We'll probably do, makeovers, whatever. Um, but I just want it to be happy, um, you know, things that are going on in your life. I'd love to hear about that, get to meet you, see your grandchildren, see your flowers, see, animals, whatever you want to put in there. Um, I I think that's about the gist of what I wanted to get across. But I welcome you to join me. Again, it's on Facebook. It's called the Joyful Community for Women Over 50 with Justine Clark. And be great to meet you. It'll just it'll be wonderful. It'll be a group of women that just can make friends and actually meet each other face to face sometimes, and we can just live lives together. And you will have friends. If you have no friends now, you will have friends. I'm promising you that. Okay, so please join me. I'd be glad to have you and see what's going on in your world, and there'll be more to come from me. Again, Facebook, Joyful Community for Women Over 50 with Justine Clark. Okay, see you there. Bye.